How to maximize your points in 2026. This is Nicholas Yock, a registered migration agent from Pathway to Oz, and I'm going to go through very quickly and show you what you can do to boost your points up for general skilled migration. So let's pretend we're going to go for a 189 visa. Your age, you can't do anything about your age. Obviously, if you're under an age bracket, try and get it lodged before, but you can't do anything about that. We move to English. I think English is the easiest way to increase your point. If you move from competent to superior, that's an extra 20 points. That's completely in your control and you can change it. Always the easiest. So skilled employment is a little bit tricky because you can only claim work experience after the date you were deemed skilled. Generally speaking, that's after your qualification or the relevant qualification. There's very little you can do to actually increase your points with this. Obviously, get employment in the field, build that up, get to the next bracket, but very little you can do for that. Your qualifications, again, if you're gonna go for a bachelor or a master's or doctorate or qualification, very important, but very little you can do unless you're willing to study a complete other qualification. Studying in Australia, look, it really, really helps. If you study in Australia and study in the right area, you can get up to an additional 10 points. If you're willing to study a master's by research or a relevant qualification, your points can go through the roof. The next easiest way to increase your points if you're a non-native English speaker, through NAATI CCL. So the way I describe NAATI CCL is basically it's like an IELTS test, but it's like a translating test. So you do it from like English to your native language. So English to Spanish and Spanish back to English. You can get an additional 5 points. It's relatively easy to do if you speak decent English. Once again, studying in a regional area makes a ton of sense. So if you have a partner, if your partner's got competent English, they can get points. If your partner's under 45, got competent English and has a skill assessment in the relevant occupation list, they can get you extra points as well. So for example, if your partner's a beauty therapist, this isn't on any relevant list, so them doing the skill assessment won't get you any additional points for 189, 491 or 190. If your partner's a marketing specialist, them doing the skill assessment will only get you points towards the 190 and 491, not the 189. So just have a think about that before you get into it. And obviously, if you're willing to do a professional year, if you're in engineering, ICT, etc., that could be a way to do it as well. Ultimately, English and NAATI, they're going to be the simplest ways you can increase your points, potentially your partner as well. Not much has changed on the points test, but we will keep you updated as soon as we have any updates on that. Thank you.